Thank you, Chair Schweikert and Ranking Member Hassan. Really privileged to be on this committee and to be part of today's hearing on this very important topic. Obviously, when we talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, we all want to reduce this. We all want to eliminate as much as possible. Ensuring that taxpayer dollars are spent effectively is part of our mission here in Congress. Very excited to hear about the possibility of what we can do to try to rein in some of these wasteful actions. Every year, the federal government disperses trillions of dollars, as we know, across thousands of different programs, healthcare, infrastructure, defense, disaster relief, and on and on and on. And of course, with this level of spending comes the inevitable challenge of effectively managing waste, fraud, and abuse. Historically, large organizations, including, I just want to note, private companies, big corporations, have all had to deal with this problem of waste, fraud, and abuse, and they've done so through manual audits and control systems. But the rapid development of technology over the past few years, including AI, as we're talking about today, give us a really transformative opportunity to try to run government better. We're talking about some very, very exciting potential here. That being said, I think it's important to also recognize that technological advances like AI are only going to be as good as the parameters we set for them. And these are fundamentally normative parameters we're talking about. So when we think about efficiency, we need to talk about the goals and timelines that are our mission here. Are we talking about just reducing costs? Are there other goals involved? What's the timeline we're looking at for efficiency or cost cutting? Is it immediate? Is it a year out? Is it 10 years out? All of these things matter, and I'll just want to give you an example here. When we talk about Social Security, despite a number of really bad and false and debunked claims about Social Security fraud recently, we know that Social Security has been a remarkably effective program and an efficient program. A very, very low percentage of fraud, always under 1% under any analysis, a very low percentage of overhead spent on that, less than 0.5% of the total program is spent on personnel and overhead. And until this year, the Social Security Administration was renowned for its remarkable ability to deliver trillions of dollars of checks consistently, securely, and on time. Are there ways to cut back on Social Security spending? Yes, of course. And we've seen Elon Musk and Doge do just that, attempting to fire 12% of the Social Security workforce. This has, though, led to lots of reports of delayed and missing checks, difficulty for seniors, including ones that have called my office, trying to find personnel that will deal with their problems with Social Security. So the question, of course, is what do we mean by efficiency when it comes to Social Security? Are we talking just about cutting costs? Are we talking about cutting costs now? Or are we talking about other goals here? I would submit to you that I think what Social Security has done is get checks out to people. That is its mission. And so, again, when we think about AI and how it can improve efficiency across different agencies, those goals, the time frame that we're talking about are important. I want to give you another example. I represent a vibrant life sciences industry, and I've heard a lot of growing concerns about the major cuts that have been made to staffing at the Food and Drug Administration, and that these will lead to longer approval times for new drugs and devices. And in fact, if you look at the FDA structure, these staff are actually paid for largely by user fees from the companies seeking approval. So actually the cost, other than if you're looking at the very immediate time frame, is zero. But if your priority is to look for immediate spending cuts, the administration, the terminations of lots of FDA staff might make some sense, but beyond just the immediate present, it doesn't make any sense. And if you're looking at any other goals, including FDA approval, rapid approval of drugs and devices, these cuts look very inefficient. So I guess my first question to you all, maybe I'll start with Dr. Thomas. When we talk about efficiency, what time frame should we be looking at? Very short term or long term?
Well, we look at both. So we're looking at short-term efficiencies or where we've identified potential areas of concern and made recommendations of how to improve those areas of concern. And then, of course, with the long-term one, that gets into the system that you're using, a systemic challenge. And we identify opportunities there as well, sometimes as matters for Congress, sometimes as areas of attention for the executive branch. So we look at both of them.
I want to ask Mr. Canarsa that same question.
Yeah, that was a good answer. OIGs are in the same business. There are short-term benefits and then, project out for the longer term for those bigger efficiencies that you're talking about.
And I want to follow up with one last question for you, Mr. Canarsa. Do you think that inspector generals, oversight, transparency, disclosure, that these are important things that we need to have real efficiency in government, whether we're using AI or not?
Absolutely, that's what the IG Act was built on, was the value of independent, transparent nonpartisan oversight, just so that the facts can be presented as to how to improve these agencies and their programs.
So just to be clear, firing 19 inspectors general would not improve efficiency.
I mean, I should say that the OIGs themselves didn't go away. Their leadership was removed. So we're proud that the staff that's there and the leadership that has stepped up has kept that oversight going.
Thank you.